Oh, we're only about half an hour from home now. I want to get through all the 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds. The 2-year-olds are the most interesting right now, especially after today. Oh, can you plug that in? So I want to get through the 3-year-olds. Now we'll start with Austral Hanover. I was so impressed. Yes, he was 4th place, 3rd, but the speed, the work ethic in this horse shows up again. Maybe for the first time this year, but again in his life. A huge mile for Austral Hanover. 153-2, and did all the work he could. He's worked hard as he could his entire life, and it showed up again with a big improvement on Saturday. Really, really proud of him. Brace for Landing, ready to start. First start in Lazex on Thursday. His schooler was good on Friday, so he should be all systems ready to go Thursday night, or come Thursday night. Carter Michael Dio, yes, we opted to skip the Bunker Hill race, Battle of Bunker Hill in Plain Ridge, but he will be at the PA All-Stars a week from that day, a week from Monday. Probably train him once at Mohawk, send him, I would suspect, down to Megan at that point, I believe. Cash Deals was good last night. Mario was right again. He said, I think she tied up just a hair. He said she wasn't quite as strong and just seemed a little kind of pacey in places. He drew her blood today, and her AST was 800. Not bad. Probably attributed to the ship down to London. She's going to have to get used to that shipping and the way they warm her up and everything else. So great job by Emily and Preston. That I'm not shocked with that number, but very happy with the way the filly raced. Hauled down 3rd win in a row for Cash Deals. Coupe de Ville was spectacular this week, a 56 1 mile. I actually just got done talking to Jason and told him I'm staying in Ontario. I'm going back to Ontario for Brace for Landing and my 1% this week. So I can't be in Scioto on Thursday for Coupe de Ville. Smoking Hot Irish Girl and What a Mission. I believe all 3 go on the same night. So Brett's going to have to, hopefully Brett can go with them. But Coupe de Ville has just been absolutely fantastic her last 3 for sure. Crantini, a little out of sorts in the warm-up in the post-parade last week, but you know what? Turned professional when they get in the race, and I thought the horse raced very, very well. So hopeful that he'll start to expel and keep those demons out of his head as he gets into the rest of the stake season. But man, a decent start for Crantini, 2nd and 53 and a piece. Cunning Connie just in way, way too tough last night. She's going to go to the Prospect Series next week for Cunning Connie. Cutie Cumber is in to go. Tim Tetrick is driving Cutie Cumber this week. Must be Poconos, I guess, this week for her. I saw her in to go.
Yeah, Poconos.
What day is that?
Sunday.
Sunday? Oh, really?
That's
What are her odds?
it's 9-2.
Oh, she's in a good spot. 9-2 on Sunday at the Poconos with Tim Tetrick. Scotty must be at church, I guess.
No, he'd be at Oak Grove, wouldn't he?
No, I think it's this. I think they skip a week in Oak Grove.
No.
Five Fish Species. Yeah, she was a little outmatched, as I said to Mario the other day. Listen.
No, tailgate buses on Sunday too. At Oak Grove.
Yeah.
Oh, the Sire Sneaks.
Yeah, they skip a week in Oak Grove. Those Star Sticks to you. As I said to Mario, why don't you just race her where she can win? I mean, sure, she tried a 58 in a mile and 56. You know, I guess I'm partly torn. You know, I want to see the filly do good. I want to see her take a good mark, but I also don't want to get her confidence beat up either. You know, I'm still looking at May the 29th. Are we going to go to Vernon Downs for a Excelsior race with her, or do we just stay around here with her? I don't know. And I know Steve and I know Jeff is going to have a certain way of thinking about that. I thought that she raced well the other day. I know that Sylvain said a little bumpy in the straightaways, which is generally that left hind. So maybe have Beck over her also this week. I really haven't talked to Mario about it. I don't know. He'll let me know. I suspect tomorrow, as they have to enter Monday or Tuesday, I suspect. Gandalf the Black, just watched him blast out of there 25-3 and get beat. He had to pace 50-4. Had to do it. Yeah, I know he did. 50-4 and look good doing it. When you lead from post 8, 25-3, get jammed up at the half, there isn't usually a whole lot left in the tank going under the wire, but he looked good. He looked very, very good tonight. Horn Player, first start on Lazex, was delayed a week. She didn't get in this week. I suspect she'll get in next week at Oak Grove, and we'll see her race. Landing Strip, 6-5, outside again, but it looks like it might be a little softer crew. He's 6-5 morning line. Merchant Man, I thought raced okay again, a bit outmatched, but a last quarter in 27-1 at least makes me believe that he could.
They have the race going in 151 and 3, and him going 152 flat.
Oh, so they changed the time. What was the quarter?
The quarter was 27 flat.
Yeah, so there's something happened with the teletimer. They showed 25 and 3. It was actually 27 flat. They have Gandalf going 152 flat, which seems
That would have been his
in line. Yeah, which seems in line with what he's been doing. So either way, a great mile from him against some solid company. Where are we at? Jump past him, the landing strip, Merchant Man. Now, Merchant Man, we'll see what happens. Maybe he draws the middle to the inside of the gate. How he does, I don't know. But 58, 27-1 is certainly not a bad line at all for Merchant Man. Mopar Baby, little concerning those last two breaks. I don't really know what's going on with her. She's on her way back to Ohio. I'm going to tinker with her. I guess we got to qualify her Thursday morning also at Northfield Park. Where's she going to go after? I don't know. Likely will not be back to Indiana. We'll likely find a spot for her. If we're going to clean out our maiden trotters in Oak Grove, we could always send her down there. She could go to the Meadows. She could go to a number of places, but she won't be going. It will be Indiana. More Than You Know was absolutely tremendous this week. 2 wins now in a row, both 150 and 4. In the 2-hole, okay, fine. In the 2-hole, going by a horse that was a little bit dead, okay, fine. But first over, running horses down, driving away from them, that's a big step forward for this horse, and I thought he was exceptionally good. My 1% talk about steps forward. This guy feels good. Now, before when he qualified in the winter, it was still eggshells and didn't really know what he could do. Now he looks like he means business. That qualifier was exceptionally good the other day, and I can't wait to race him this week. Nothing But a Dreamer. Yeah, he gets scratched. It happens. He's sick. But, we take care of him. He'll take care of us. Yes, we just flushed $1,000 down the toilet in starting fees for Nothing But a Dreamer. But you know what? We'll just put that on the top of the chalkboard and see how it works out at the end of the year with our boy. Smoking Hot Irish Girl was great. Great the other day. Very, very impressed with the way she is. Yes, she's not quite the coupe just yet. Give her some time. 57 was a big gain and a big step forward for that filly. Spitfire Overseas was great. A little concern with the blood work that we got back on him after he got to Marco Melissa Beckwith. But by all accounts, he's sharp, bouncing around the stall, feels sharp, jogging, and eating all his lunch and supper. And he hasn't missed a meal, Mark said. Never spiked to temperature, never missed a meal, and is sharp on the track. The issue was his differential was a little bit flipped. His eosinophils were a little bit high. This is an indicator that he may have been sick or getting sick, and he doesn't appear to be getting sick at all. So we'll see how it plays out. But for right now, where there's no smoke, sometimes there's no fire also. Stay Special, a little concerning that she's back in 5 days, but I had just talked to Eric before we entered the border, and he told me, listen, the filly seems great. She seems as sharp and as good as she was before her race. They opened that class up, the mini series, to let her in because they were short. Just seemed like the smart move to make, and I agree. I'm torn on it. I like the aggression. I like the aggressive entering, though, Eric. So we'll see how Stay Special is on Sunday. More importantly, how is she on Monday? Swinging Senorita, stake race in 2 weeks. I didn't get to talk to Jason. I know that he said he was looking for a prep race for her. I'm not sure. I assume at Northfield Park. I'm not sure what he's come up with. That didn't come up today, but I'll text him later on. Just watched Tactical Mounds made a ledge stretch break. I don't think she was going to run down Mambasita for second, but she was going to be close. She was going to drop 54 probably off a slow half. I thought she looked good, but then made that break late in the stretch. Kind of almost the same spot she almost made a break last week. I know that Megan had messaged me, said, I think we're going to try and head the Vec over and maybe treat her for EPM. It's a good start. I know that she touches the jack a little bit, and that's when she gets out of gear. So we'll see. We'll see. Between Scotty and Megan, the vet and the blacksmith, let's see what they can come up with for her. It's nothing earth-shaking. It's not the end of the world, but I'd like to see her finish off her miles good. And there's no reason she can't. She can leave fast. She trots down the back stretch good. There's no reason she shouldn't be able to trot down the stretch good. She already went by it once. Tailgate Buzz. Geez, I really thought we'd find tougher, easier spots for him in Oak Grove and It's hard to gauge because he had one start where he made a break, another start where he kind of was way back at the start. I think he's on the gate now, and I think there'll be a good result this week. Be interested to see what John McDonald's takeaway from him is after his race this week. But by all accounts, close to being in the right spot. Warwi Yuri was fantastic in London. Mario drove him so good. Just didn't use him hard. Finished up on the end of it. I think we're in the midst of seeing a very nice horse. It may take a month. It may take 2 months. But I think we're going to see a very, very good horse come forward with Warwi Yuri. And then this parking lot's always brutal. What a Mission. Just raced great again the other day. Very, very impressed with What a Mission. And I can't wait to see what he does for the rest of the summer here in, well, not here now, in Ohio. Those are your 3-year-olds. Just got the 2-year-olds left. We'll be back in just a minute.